Good evening, everyone. Imagine that you're driving home from work or from having lunch with a friend, and your phone alerts you that you got a new text message, or maybe your favorite ringtone from your husband or your children starts to go off. And you dig for your phone so that you can view that text message that you've gotten. And before you know it, you've taken your eyes off the road, and when you look up, it's too late. You've already hit the back end of the individual in front of you, or maybe you've accidentally swerved into the oncoming traffic. Um, as an individual who travels for work periodically and is a busy mom of 4 children, I can admit that I've hunted for my phone while driving or even checked a text message, and I'm guilty of thinking that it's okay because I only do it once in a while if the phone call was important. Most individuals think that this topic doesn't affect them because they only check their phones once in a while at a stoplight or a stop sign. But what you don't realize is that you're putting yourself and your family and other drivers at risk by not focusing on the road or on other vehicles that may be around you. According to the United States Department of Transportation, cell phones are involved in 1.6 million auto crashes that cause 500,000 injuries and take 6,000 lives each year. Today I'm going to talk to you about distractions that occur while texting and driving, the dangers and consequences, the ways to avoid texting, and the states that have banned texting and driving. First, many people need to understand that texting and driving is a major distraction. It takes your focus away from being aware of your surroundings, you being a safe driver, and also increases your risk of being in an auto accident. Here I'm going to show you an image of an individual who is texting or while he's driving. And as you see, that texting requires you to be visually distracted, where you see this individual's eyes are off of the road, mentally distracted, where he would have to have his mind reading and comprehending the text message, as well as physically distracted by trying to reply to the text message. A researcher, David Straver of the University of Utah, found that talking on your cell phone quadruples your risk of an auto accident, about the same as if you were driving drunk. And that risk doubles again to 8 times the normal if you were texting and driving. Previously, I asked you to imagine that you were texting or looking at a text message from your family while you were driving, which resulted in an auto accident. But after the realization of what just happened, I want you to imagine that you realize that your child is in the back seat, or even your friend that you had just taken out to lunch is in the passenger side. And they're either bleeding from injuries from the accident, or even possibly not even responding to you at all. The dangers and the consequences vary depending on the situation and the severity of the accident. The lesser of the severity could be just a simple traffic ticket, points against your record, or even driving school. But most accidents couldn't happen as a minor or major accident with injury or even loss of life. According to the CDC, each day in the United States, more than 9 people are killed and more than 1,153 people are injured in car crashes that are reported to be involved with a distracted driver. Finally, I'd like to keep you in mind that there are many ways to keep yourself from being a distracted driver from texting or answering cell phones. You could turn off your cell phone while driving. You could also minimize the volume to a vibrate so that you're not distracted by the tones. Or you could even pull over and park your car if you had to answer that phone call or that text message that came through. Another way that you can avoid texting and driving is to allow the passenger that you have with you to text for you if your text message has to be returned immediately. According to GHSA, Washington was the first state to pass a texting ban in 2007. And currently, there are 46 states, DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, and U.S. Virgin Islands that have banned texting for all drivers. Here I have an image of the states that have banned texting and driving, and in red you see the states that have not banned it just yet. All but 5 have primary enforcement of texting and driving. In closing, I'm hoping that today I have persuaded you to think twice about texting and driving by making you aware of the distractions that occur while texting and driving, the dangers of texting, and most importantly, the ways to avoid texting while you're driving. I'm urging you to think twice about the consequences of texting and driving the next time you're behind the wheel, and remember that no injury or loss of life is worth the text message that you thought was ever so important. There are many websites and television advertisements that help to avoid or to understand the importance of this topic, as well as the stories that are shared about loved ones that are lost due to distracted drivers. According to textresponsibility.org, family and friends are able to post stories about their loved ones that were lost due to distracted drivers, and others are able to read about the impacting stories to help raise awareness. Here I have an image of an individual by the name of Heather who had lost her life in an automobile accident due to an individual who was texting and driving. This is found on the website. I want you to please remember that your life, and the lives of others are more precious and important to you and their families than to lose a loved one because of the action that can be prevented. Please help by staying focused on the road by not texting and driving. Thank you.